Greetings, traveler.
I guess we're just gonna keep doing rogue, right? It's a little silly. I will say, honestly, I think until she's my wife, I think wife, it's a bit easier, right? Like you have this insane event, right? You get married. That's pretty well etched into your memory. I don't think I'll call her girlfriend after we're married, but I've been calling her my girlfriend for, like I said, nearly 7 years now, so that's gonna be a hard habit to break. I'm not too happy about anything here. I think I'm gonna pick the bomber, even though I don't like bomber. Proud Defender is a pick that we could make, though. Yeah, I think so too, Stein. Bomber has just let me down too many times. I think I'm actually gonna go with the Defender. I heard that we were up to no good, chat. Mekaru just got better with Evil Miscreant being in the pack. Or in the deck. Underbelly Fence can be really good. But if we don't find, I'd say, multiple Swashbucklers, it's probably not as good as Mekaru. Not Mech Warper. Probably not out of Barber. I love Barber, but the fact that it's got this stat line just makes it a bit worse. It's hard to pick it over a backstab when you already have a Miscreant. I do love Barber. Easy. What? What? Huh? How is this a pack? Coldblood on a stick versus this crap. Alright, Mode Lurker did perform, but so did Safe. I like Safe in Rogue. Get to use your health as a resource and then just jam the Safe and you don't die. Microtech is just good right now as well. It's very useful. There's not that many AoE spells around. Probably Panda. You want to have strong 5-drops as showcased in the previous draft. Dalaran Crusader is preferable, but Shadowpan is fine. We also have a backstab. So this might even be a double backstab deck if you get 2 pandas or so. You know, if you get 2 backstabs offered, that is. Ooh. Over oil? Oh, I hate oil, which is why this pick is a little bit eh. So I don't like playing the oil kind of rogue. I like playing the I'm going to have some early game and then jam a bunch of mid game kind of rogue. Oil really doesn't belong in that kind of deck. I'm not gonna make an oil deck. It'll just be a mid-range deck with an awkward oil if you pick oil. This won't affect my drafting. Espionage is suicide. Oh no, I'm not looking at espionage. It's just bomber. Bomber on average is probably better than oil, but that 1 or 2 times where bomber's gonna suck and it costs you a game, I don't think I want to invest in that. I think I'll just take the awkward oil that sometimes will close out a game. So, is my mouse not working? Looks like this mouse isn't working. Not the craziest of wild pyros, but probably still a poison. The mouse didn't want us to pick the oil. Yeah. Alright, we get our fence anyway. Double panda deck. Okay. Probably the pony. We do have some 3-mana cards right now with poison and microtech. But I don't think I'm desperate enough for the Stalker or the Proud Defender to not pick pony here. Still take rocket, that's fine. Might be Amani. I don't hate a couple of 2-mana cards in Rogue. And Amani is very, very good. Heckler, I think, is the least good one for me here. Blight Nozzle is pretty annoying as well sometimes. But I like a couple good 2-mana cards in Rogue. Honestly, it might be the Valdir. We don't really need the 3. Valdir performed okay last time. I think I'm pretty happy with a Warden. So that's 3 6-drops and 3 taunts. Lots of taunt over there. Double backstab, double panda deck. Probably. It's cool, right? How we called that? We're like, oh, it's just experience. I'm not saying like, oh, this is likely. I'm just saying that with one backstab and a panda, it could really be that we just go, because not every deck is a double backstab kind of deck. Sometimes the deck gets too light, but we have Miscreant and 2 pandas that really like the backstab, so I like it for sure. We also have Cultmaster for refill. We also have Oil. Backstab's pretty good for that as well. So on turn 4, I currently only have the Defender. I'll probably pick an Omega Defender. 2 Valders is probably a little bit too meh, and Cogmaster, I don't think we like that here. We haven't gotten the strong 4s offered, so no Yetis, no Shredders, but we'll make do with what we have. We could also do with Dalaran Crusader, and I'd still pick Scribe. So. I love Giggle, man. I love it. So good. 6 mana taunts, you say? 4 6-drops, all taunts, all different cards. I don't love this card, but it's better than the other one. Now this is a fan. That's nice. I think I need one of the 4 mana cards, especially after the Silverhand Ogre Ninja picks. Early game? 2 backstabs, poison, Mekaru, 2 2-drops, good 3-drops. I'm not too worried about the early game. Especially if we pick this Proud Defender, we'll also have 3 2/6s or 2 4/6s potentially to defend ourselves. This seems super heavy. Well, I'm hoping that the run goes well and I can show you that spamming early game isn't 100% mandatory. So one of the principles I draft by is I go with where the quality is. I have a certain style of curve that I want, but that curve is flexible depending on where do I get the good cards offered. This draft we were offered playable 6 mana taunts, we were offered pretty decent mid game, and we weren't offered premium or good early game other than the things we picked. So I don't like to make my curve better by adding a ton of crappy cards. I usually have the philosophy of I'll just try to make the deck work a little better by just having the better cards on that curve and then moving the curve either up or down a little bit. So I'm not too worried yet. We will see. What do we have for the Menace? Mekaru, Controller, Rocket. There's a lot of mech memery going on down there. Giggling, Safeguard, Stegatron. Yeah, Menace could actually be decent. Yep, I like it. And here we get another Amani if we wish. We could also pick Sabotage. But I think Sabotage, I'm not sure. Over an Amani in this deck, probably not. I think it will be a little bit too clunky with all the mid game and then like a heavier removal. Sap, I would just snap it up, of course. I'm pretty happy with the Amani here. Perditions or Proud Defender? Definitely. Like, this oil is completely out of place. I hate it. I think we're happy picking another Proud Defender. I think we have enough things to do on turn 3. And a no Nixia to round things out. Second draft, no Scribes. Not complaining, just interesting observation.
Valera versus Uther. I will fight with honor.
Watch your back.
You could coin Amani's, but coin Amani Dagger with Rocket is likely going to be better. Let's throw the rest to find Backstab, find a 4-drop. Well,
Calm down, I'm a
that's how you know you're good at the game, right? Jar, thank you for the 2 months. Welcome back. And hey, buddy Hema, welcome to the stream. We can backstab dagger, backstab underbelly, trade underbelly, trade dagger. Trade dagger feels way too slow. I don't really want to do that. The reason for holding the backstab would be the shadow pan you just drew. Okay. Backstab your Onimani.
For the crusade!
Oh, I should have daggered. What am I doing? Yeah. Oof. Okay. Well, we'll see. I don't think we've done anything game-losingly bad. But I should have daggered here so I could just come with the rocket. Alright, it's a little bit of a... I guess I wasn't really thinking. I usually don't do this, because 2 and 2 is usually worse than 2 and 1 if the 1 comes from the dagger. So our opponent's about to play a 4 mana turn. Would I rather have a rocket and trade, or trade and dagger? I think the deck is heavy enough that I should go like this, but it's not really great. So, yeah, I need to focus up a little bit. I normally would have daggered on turn 2 because I have the rocket specifically. So if our opponent has a war gear and we pre-hit, it's going to be on 1 health. He war gears, it's going to be on 6 health. He trades, it's going to be on 2 health. That could be rather unfortunate. So pre-hitting doesn't solve the war gear problem. I don't like how I've played this so far. My dagger should have come out at some point. I think I might actually just dagger and kill it. This is just Hearthstone deck tracker, Body Hema. I also use Arena Companion. Is it called like that? Maybe not Companion. What's it called again? But that's for chat drafting, so you don't need that. Yeah, Arena Companion. Can I post the clip without being banned? Just Twitch clips are fine, yeah. So I do want to talk to chat, right, and explain and answer questions. It will make my play a little worse, but that's okay. Like I said, I think the main problem we've had so far is that I didn't dagger on turn 2. I should have. Alright, so all our awkward play gets rewarded now because we get a premium backstab target and a Boulder Fist on turn 5. So that's good. We now have to keep in mind that our opponent has 5 damage for 6, and then plus 1 damage for every extra mana. As it stands, he can put the 5-1 and the 2-2 into the 6-7, which is pretty bad for us. We might need to get creative here with finding a solution. Sunwalker will die to either the 2-2 and the 5-1 or a 1-1 and the 5-1. But that is entire turn. That is his entire turn gone, and will lower his health by 6. And then next turn we'll play Giggling Inventor, preventing him from proccing the Whelp if he hasn't done so already, and otherwise we're holding the... So I think this will probably... He will on instinct just use the 1-1 and the 5-1, and then go face for 2 or proc it on the Panda. And then Giggling can be used to, as I mentioned, hold the 2-2 or the 7-7 off, depending on what he chooses. Let's see what he chooses. Chooses for the 7-7.
Strike.
12 damage from the Panda so far. This might be a problem. The Sparks will make it very easy for him to get past the Annoytron. We're gonna need to draw something. Funny enough, this might actually be a game where the oil is required. We're gonna need to get creative here. I don't think you ever kill the 3/7 this turn. I don't think that ends very well for you. So right now we should be focused on developing a board state that can deal with the 3/7 and leave something behind. I'm thinking the Silver Hand Knight will be useful because it will leave a 4/1 behind while simultaneously developing a 2/2 to help kill the 3/7. The goal is to kill the 3/7 without using the Panda or the 4/4. He's got 2 damage in hand from the Sparks, so he can
Soon.
get past it right now.
So many options.
Trade.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
We'll see what he wants to do. Forcing him to use 2 Sparks to kill the thing is okay. He has a pretty good play here with Spark into the okay, he's not doing it. Indri Dagger? Yeah, I was thinking too much about the play. That was a very, very complicated turn to execute well. I don't think he's doing what I'm afraid of, so that's good. I think if you're him, the thing I really don't... Oh. That's just objectively wrong? Okay. Sure. So what I was afraid of is him using the Spark to lower the 4/1's health. So we can't start by trading in a Mekaru. I don't think that's Redemption, but it could be. If it's Get Down, it doesn't matter. If it's Divine Shield, it doesn't matter. So I guess we attack first with this. It shouldn't matter. It really shouldn't matter. Either way.
To battle.
Redemption would be funny, it just clears the board. So not auto defense, not redemption.
Choose soon.
Let's check for repentance.
It's time for a little blow.
I'm gonna take the bad trade now, I think. I've got a good turn coming up. It pains me to not deal the 6 damage phase there. But I don't think a 5/6 taunt is worth giving up for 6 damage phase. Next. That doesn't... Oh yeah, I mean it works. It works anyway, no matter what. So, that's a pretty good turn, huh? Smiley face. Well, we do this, and we do this. Ready to glow! This is 7, 9, 10. I can't kill it even if I wanted to. Play cards and hope, I guess. That misplay early is costing us. We're also not really drawing what we need. Yeah. We're just losing to this memer because we couldn't pressure enough early.
Something needs tinkering?
He's not gonna get very far with that draft, but it's it's pretty good if you're a little slower. Alright. If we put the defender on board alone, that's 4. 4 and 5 is 9, plus 2 is 11. I'm trying to figure out if there's any way I could ever win this. Maybe I need Miscreant to happen. No, we're gonna save ourselves the brain power.
I give up.
I'm gonna go to the next one.
Well,
Surprise! A random horse loves you. Snickers, thank you for the 100 bits.
you asked for it. Watch your back.
Quite a starting game. My most screwed up games are often my 0-0 games. Just got 12 win Shaman. Ugh. Congrats, congrats.
An autograph? I suppose.
It's quite likely just backstab coin miscreant. But there's a world where you dagger and the next turn you backstab miscreant. But probably it's better to next turn go lackey plus dagger, right? Not quite the greatest lackeys for early game pressure. Evolve is nice with this guy. 2 damage is good. The 2-drop guy is good. This is pretty good for value, so I might have to play a little slower. Okay, so let's reverse engineer the question. What is it you're afraid of when you look at this deck? And then let's see if we can address those concerns. It seems you suffer early game. So you're afraid of... I'll just fill in, right? So you're afraid of our opponents getting ahead on the board early and we die before we get to play our big cards? Is that it? Because then you need to look at the other cards that are there though, right? We have a Deadly Poison, 2 backstabs, Horse Rider, Rocket, decent 3s, 3 decent 2s, a good 1-drop. I don't feel like we're too light in that regard. I think I prefer Betrayal in this deck rather than an Oil, but Oil versus Mage is not bad. I'll go on record and say that.
Here we go.
Tons of resources already used and take 3 damage to have a 1/4 seems like a poor decision.
You are on fire.
You mean the backstab coin miscreant is tons of resources used? I'm not trying to ridicule you, right? I'm trying to understand what you're saying. So if that is the case, I would disagree. I don't think we've used tons of resources. If you look at the deck list, right? I mean, just look at our hand. We are not the aggressor right now. We're just trying to stay alive so that we get to play our big cards.
Ready, sir.
I don't think I will pre-hit to play around taunt. We might want to use our face, we'll see. Conjure's Calling is a bit of a problem, but we have Betrayal to answer that. He could use Portal, but then he can't ping. We might have to go with Betrayal next turn, depending on what he does. Besides, it's entirely likely that this, or it's entirely possible that this deck ends up not doing well and that I need to revise some stuff. But so far I've been pretty happy with drafting a good mid-game. That makes things a little bit more complicated. Not so much now. Betrayal to kill the 5/2 seems acceptable. 2 mana to deal 2 damage. That means we're left with 5 or 6 mana based on our use of the coin. That doesn't mean... That means we cannot use the Valdir. If he's pinging the 4-1. That means our opponent's gonna have 6 mana worth of stuff.
So many options.
Could just have the Stegatron out. I think this happens, right? I guess you have to Stegatron. The other plays just don't make sense. It's also a turn before Shovel Fist, so that helps. If the Stegatron lives, we can do this, and then Shovel Fist can't hit it. But it might be a little weird.
What a tragedy! Better write this down.
I was already afraid of that. It's gonna make matters a lot more complicated. It could be safe plus Amani, hit him for 5. Next turn, fan the 1/1s. That means we're turn 9, 6 mana left. 6 mana locked out of Raider again. Could combo, could Cold Master. Sabotage if you want to play around calling.
Too soon.
Well, he can't free kill anything, right? And then calling. That's the way to play around calling. Valdir? I don't like the Valdir over the 2 bodies. We could also go for Fan and end up sabotaging his Burly. But I think next turn might be Kraken my 4/4, and then I will reply with Sabotage.
That's the stuff.
Who you want me killed?
So the expectation is Kraken here, and then Sabotage, Ninja, maybe Raider the turn after. You could have just fanned, hit with 2 attack, and then hit face. Do you know the text on this guy or not? Just testing, right? Checking. Alright. The left one? Yes. I'm still waiting for the realization to kick in, right? So if we fan first, what happens to the Burly? He goes, "Rah, I have 5 damage now." And then our poor little safe is gonna die. And because the minion has taunt, we can't trade into the Trog first. So that's why we first have to play the Chemist, trade, and then use the fan. It's a decent Cult Master line, I think.
Wrong password.
Too soon.
I need more!
Here we go.
6 health. It's probably worth it, yeah.
How much is this worth to you?
That's why it was actually pretty nice we drew the Mekaru, because I wasn't able to combo the extra damage without fanning first up to that point.
Well played.
Alright, my friend. It is on. He's like, well, my Flame Strike killed a lot of things. Obviously I've won, right? Ha ha ha. I mean, look at how much I Flame Striked. I cannot possibly lose. Ha ha ha. Why does he have so many cards in his hand? Alright. It's personal now, chat. It's personal. It's probably Ogre Ninja Shadowpan. I'm just looking at my health total right now. It's starting to get a little bit monk-ass if he pings the 0-1 and goes face for 3. But then we will giggle next turn. I'm just looking if an XCI is better. I don't think she's, well, it's not bad. Bunch of 1/1s is not bad here. It's because the ninja might not listen to us, and then maybe a bunch of 1/1s and an XCI is better. Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna go with a bunch of 1/1s. Francesco, thank you for the 5 months. Welcome back. Alright, so we're gonna try and win now, harder than we were before. He has a pretty okay deck for a 0/1. So do we. Power of Creation, Flame Strike, Scribe, Soldier, Skeleton Knight. Me personally, when I'm staring down a board full of 1/1s, I'm not super excited to play Skeleton Knight, but to each his own. So we do not have lethal. That's check number 1. Maybe Maelstrom Portal plus Giggle is the play. If we Maelstrom Portal, these go to 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. The other play is to go for Sabotage on this guy and Panda, which involves trading. Trade, Sabotage, Panda. This is 8. 8 and 6 is 14. We do not threaten lethal. But if he has AoE, I could actually lose it with the Giggles, huh? I don't think it's worth risking a loss here. We have time. Let's take our time.
You shall pay for your insolence.
This is pretty annoying for him to deal with every time, right? Whereas if I go for Giggles, and he has, say, a Blizzard, it's very easy for me to lose. And I don't see myself losing too fast from this position right now.
You want to cast a spell? I want to cast a spell.
Were you waiting the entire time for that, Mist? I like it. Alright, he has a freeze. He has a freeze. That could have been most unfortunate if we went for Giggles. Maelstrom Portal looks phenomenal here.
Well played.
You shall not pass. I enjoy reading.
But I flame striked 5 things! Why am I not winning? Alright. Shady throwing shade. Hey, I'm just replying in kind, okay?
What a tragedy! Better write this down.
Aww. But I have Power of Creation, Flame Strike, and 2 Scribes. I can't be 0-2. Ah, that feels good. That feels good.
Valera versus Jaina.
You asked for it. Watch your back.
2 wrongs don't make it right. Oh, I thought I did. Oops. Nice and toxic. Hey, do you guys not watch the entire game? Are there people here that watch my stream that aren't watching every second of every match of the entire stream? Because then it could be that you're missing out on some stuff.
Time for a little blood.
Oh, that's a mage. I thought it was a paladin. Oops. Watching the screen instead of just chatting. Lol. Who does this guy think he is?
Run! I will hold them off.
Don't play anything before attacking. Don't play anything before attacking. We know how this minion works. You can do this, Shady.
It's not my time.
I did it.
Here we go.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here.
I get some more coffee. 1 second.
Glory to the Sindor.
Oh, a Blood Knight. That came out of nowhere.
I wonder.
It is not my time.
Here we go.
A Boulder Fist Ogre is just better than the other two. Even though the mana is a lot more awkward. Like this.
We are the sword in the shadows.
What happened? I went to get coffee and I heard "Glory to the Sindori." That's usually not a good sign when you have a Divine Shield minion on the board.
My eyes are open.
Pog. He's got the value. He has got the value. Stegatron is more annoying for him for Portal. So we should probably do that instead of save.
Here we go.
Shadow strike.
Weren't they opening the street today to check the cables? So there was a guy that was going to come by. I don't know exactly how much he's going to do and how much interruption there's going to be.
I usually work alone.
I usually work alone. I usually don't get top deck deadly poisoned. The deadly poison means we Cold Master, but we're not trading anything. Playing Omega Defender just gives him a way to trade the 5-5 and then use Conjure's Calling. Unless you're trading with the 6-6, but I think that's a bad idea. Honestly, it might just be the play. Playing Safeguard just makes no sense. You're sending him to its death instead of Deadly Poisoning, and Omega Defender sucks here, so yeah, I guess Cold Master Deadly Poison. We have taunts in our hand, so going face is nice. Because even if he wants to race, we can just taunt and keep going face. Ooh. Okay. Does he coin it? Does not. Okay. We know that the panda is getting frozen again next turn. Unless he goes Kraken, right?
Say the magic word.
Here we go.
This is a bit of a problem. Trade Conjure's Calling, freeze the panda is really good. But people don't have Conjure's Calling when they have a loss, right? What? Our opponent lost the game even though he has a good card in his deck? That's ridiculous. Alright, 1 and 2, baby. Dude, the decks we're fighting are insane, right? Our 0-1 game was also like 2 Scribes, Flame Strike, and everything. This guy also Flame Strike, Conjures, Ray of Frost, Flame Cannon, Blood Knight randomly off, Astral Rift going off. Oof.
Oh, well played. Well played.
Let the hunt.
It just means you're doing something wrong and you don't know what yet. So it just looks like you're getting bad RNG the entire time. Created by Magic Trick? Ah. So both the Conjures and the Blood Knight were randomly generated. I can actually deal with the bear really easily, so I think I will summon the bear. But normally I'd never attack here.
I'll take that.
It's almost preferable to just deal with it right now. But normally don't attack this if you don't have a backstab ready to go. I don't mean to be mean with that at all, right? Definitely not. I'm just trying to help you when it comes to achieving better results. Because I can just sit there and be like, yeah, guys, you know, it's just nothing you can do if you keep getting unlucky. And that's a lot easier, right? I meet a lot less resistance when I take that attitude, but I don't think it helps you more at all. I don't think I hit it because I think I'm playing a 4-drop next turn, so I'm not redaggering. Yeah, that's a really good carpet here, for sure.
Your mother was a murloc.
Yeah, that's a better backstab. Five health versus a hunter monka. It's probably worth it. It's just like, yeah, we know you get unlucky sometimes, right? But the thing is, like, everyone gets unlucky sometimes. It's like when you're, you know, you have these like little pains, right? Like everybody has a like, I'm not saying if you're seriously ill or blah blah blah, but if you have like a little bit of an ache here or there, everybody gets those. But it's fun if you're the guy that doesn't have to complain about it, right? Like you're the guy that's like, it happens, it's fine, right? Sure, have a little bit of an ouchie, it happens. But you have people who are like, it's the smallest thing, like, oh my god, I'm dying, this and that. And it's the same thing in the game, you get unlucky. It's fun if you're, you know, you're the kind of guy that gets unlucky and is like, okay, everybody gets unlucky, it's fine, we're just gonna move on. You don't have to point it out every time. Oh my god, look at this, what the fuck, oh my god, I'm so unlucky. I think I actually fanned this. That's kind of weird.
Choose soon. Here we go.
We'll go that way. Percentages are never going to be 50-50. I'm not sure if that was to me, right? But if it is to me, then yeah. But they're also not going to be the 80-20 that most people claim they are. I don't think an exaggeration like 80-20 is what people will claim. What else do you imagine then that people mean when you have one of those games like the previous one and be like, yep, my typical game. It's just how my games look, man. It's just nothing to do about it. It's just me. I'm just getting unlucky. Because I'm not really sure what else you would mean by that if it's not going to be an exaggeration. Why don't you play Fortnite? Now that's the real question. Why aren't we playing Fortnite?
Here we go.
This guy is much better against the 5-5 rush. Ball of Monka S. Either way, I'm not, once again, I'm not trying to be mean or say like everybody is exactly 50-50% lucky / unlucky. I'm saying that, well, first of all, there's nothing you can do about it, right? So it's a waste of mental energy. And second of all, for at least to my feeling, the difference there is going to be between players getting luckier and unlucky has got to be so small on average that the amount of sort of excuses I hear, or just in general statements of people saying, oh, I'm getting unluckier, it just can't be accurate. So next turn we have Fan Oil to go get him, but I don't want to miss a bunch of damage either.
Too soon.
Say the magic word.
Here we go.
Let me just go in. Honest question, considering how awkward on the board those spiders were, why are we giving him beasts? Because I wanted to play the giggling, and he will just kill my shields for free.
The light compels you.
So I guess the difference is in the evaluation of the spiders. I think they actually match up well with the Anoyos because they kill the shields. And you think that they're awkward because the Anoyos are 1/2s. So that's probably where the difference lies. I am 28, almost 29, Cameron. Is this your only job? Yes, that would be correct.
Happy Midsummer.
Valera versus Uther.
I will fight with honor.
Watch your back.
I smell.
Oh, reminder by the way, guys, if you're new to the channel and you're enjoying yourself here, consider hitting the follow button. I'm trying to stream every single day. So far, I think we're on day 11 since I made that commitment. I know I won't be able to stream for an entire year all day because made an announcement a while ago. That will definitely be one day I can't stream. But I'm trying to get as high a volume of stream days as possible. So if you're enjoying yourself here, just hit the follow button because I'll be around. I'm assuming I'm just gonna dagger the rats, but with the poison in hand it could be a bit weird, but I don't think we want to be too weird here.
Here we go.
Like weird as in, oh, I'm not gonna use my charge, I'm gonna use my minion instead. For all we know, we might just fan on curve. Just the one day, no honeymoon or something like that. Yeah, that'll have to be discussed. And the next few turns don't really look that great, but it's pretty good.
Here
Careful with Consec. I mean, he just Consecs and passes the turn back to me, though. Also, Consec is pretty unpickable right now. Every time Consec is in a pack, I'm like, yeah, it's good, but look at the other cards.
Let me think.
Prismatic Lens, however, ooh. Watch out for that one. Turn 4 dagger, baby. But we had a really, really, really good previous turn, so I'm fine with it.
Run! I will hold them off.
Alright, panned off the top. Let's go. Could have maybe poisoned preemptively to do that. But I figured if I hit a Miscreant, I might want to poison Miscreant Lackey if I don't want to backstab something. Hey, look, it worked out. Look, it worked out, chat. He had no idea we had a poison. Aha.
Here we go.
Sorry, Mekaru. You just don't really fit in here. Prismatic backstab Onyxia. Oh man.
Let me think.
Yeah, it's like with everything. Just do something long enough and you just absorb all the knowledge around it. The card names kind of come on. Unless you're Collins, then it'll always be like, yeah, the thing with the stuff. Collins and names, they don't really mix well. For most people, you'll start getting all the card names. The amount of times where the card is in our hands and he just says a different card name. And I know what he's talking about because we've played enough together. But he'll just talk about a card, like 2 cards that'll be in our deck. 1 card that makes absolutely no sense. And I'll just be like, so I'm guessing he's talking about the other card because it would make no sense if he was talking about this card. I guess I kind of like having backstab for 3 though. 2 guys hit the 2/2, that happens. Backstab for 3? Doesn't matter. You have face for 3, so I think I'd rather just let him have it and have backstab for 3 available.
It is not my time.
Here we go.
I don't think that the Proud Defender is going to go off anyway. So I don't think I want to use a backstab for 3 to save 2 health on a Proud Defender. Yeah, Collins and I have just played together for so long that a lot of the time we just need to say, you know, 2 words and we're like, yep, let's do that play. All right. And then we have enough faith in each other that even though it's a little bit more of a difficult play, maybe not the standard move, he knows that I want to do it in that particular way and he's doing it as well, right? It's just fun. It's cool. It's cool. Oh man, this is painfully slow. I don't want to give him a Seal of Champions on that thing. And I don't want a dagger. It's like a dagger Cultmaster? But you have an Onyxia in your hands. In what world are you not holding a Cultmaster for where your whelps, right? Trading! I hate trading. Me like to go face. But I don't want to give him Seal of Champions on the 1/1. Yeah, Collins will be back. Remember when I played Outer Chess for 3 weeks? I came back with a new expansion as well.
It's not just the city of mages.
But he was doing really well in TFT. Collins was like top 5 Grandmaster when I checked. I was like, holy shit. Top 5 Grandmaster. Not too bad. Well, excuse me, Mr. Grandmaster. Alright. Fan of Knives is pretty sweet here. We might not even backstab with the silver hand draw. Just fan, play the silver hands. Trade a guy. Yeah, we has. I did that. I guess.
Well played.
Grandmaster is the highest right now, I believe, yeah. He was top 5 North America when I checked. Or do they already have Challenger? Because I don't think Grandmaster was in when I played League. Is that just a new rank or not?
Reporting for duty. You dare challenge the daughter of
So Grandmaster is actually in League of Legends as well. Cool. So when I played, there was no Grandmaster and there was no Masters. But I guess that's a natural evolution. You add Masters, you add Grandmasters. Is the ranking live for TFT? Yes. But I don't think Challenger is in yet. But I'm not sure. Yeah, Iron. But, I mean, Iron. Alright.
back in your cell.
Is it true you were a dirty Akali main? No, I was a distinguished Akali main. A professional with a bit of Idiasio. I played a ton of Kha'Zix, Talon, Wukong. But then, you know, nerfs happened, the meta changed, and that became pretty darn good. Akali was never bad. Well, they didn't play her, I'll put it that way. I loved playing something that was like Kha'Zix after they nerfed his W. It's a long time ago, right? So you guys remember Alex Ich when he would play Kha'Zix mid lane with W? That's when Kha'Zix was popular, and then they nerfed that, and then nobody played him anymore, and they buffed his Q, and nobody cared. I was gonna say give a shit, but nobody cared. The Coin Amani is so good, but I'll go with Coin Panda. Anyways, that's what I really liked when nobody liked it, and then you play it and it's super fun. And Akali was in the same spot when I picked her up, especially top lane. Nobody played Akali top lane. Nobody cared. Here's my Coin Amani winning the game. He probably doesn't trade, and then we just jam. Ponyman! Oh. Ponyman! I think I'll actually rock it. Pony's better to push face with later. Alright. Greedy play, successful. Could also get the magnetic out now. You tried out Akali top because of Shady back in the day. Eey. Coin Panda into Panda? That's bad. Okay. You played League for 50 hours, got mediocre with Malphite, that's it. Hey, with Malphite, all you need is game sense and click R, man. Come on. That was a good champion. Oh, this turn fits so well. Just a good game sense and press R, baby.
Don't worry, love. The cavalry's here.
So here we see the wonderful Portal Keeper at work, closely followed by his boy Ice Rager. We also see the reason illustrated why I don't really like those cards. What? No, I was gonna combo my thing! You bastard! I'm up to no good, me too. Drop a taunt, go face. Drop some threes. The threes seem bad because of AoE effect. But what they do allow is for Panda to be comboed next turn. And you have max synergy potentially. If I smack him for 3, he goes to 9. 6 plus 2 plus 1. Monka, Monka,
Here we go.
Did someone say bomb?
Hey, we're supposed to hit your face one more time to make up for my lost damage. I don't think I go for the maybe kill him.
Here we go.
Like, good luck, right? Area of effects. Not bad. Sounds better if you say AoE effect.
Valera versus Garrosh.
Victory or death!
Watch your back.
A warrior. Alright, let's get those pandas. Or miscreant. You have a favorite color. I've been told black's not a color, but I guess that's what I would wear most of the time. So, there you have it. Black. Me too. Overfiend is fine, Peter. Overfiend is fine. I usually rate him as sort of the 6-drop I'll take, but not over Boulder Fist, not over Scribe or something. But it's like, okay, I guess I'll put you in the deck if I need more size.
A clever concoction. Here we go.
Try this!
Why not micro attack? Didn't look better than the 1 and a 2-drop. Why pre-hit here? So I can use my dagger on something else next turn.
Double time and
Here
It's okay, you can ask questions. It's really no problem. I didn't really explain why I did those things. I think that micro tech
lead from the
instead of the lackey is also fine. But I think it gets more awkward to dagger after that turn. That was mainly what I was going for, to not really have an awkward dagger turn. But I don't think that microtech would have been bad on that turn. We did take quite some face damage. Oh, he's trying to get the 2 damage lucky. Okay. There's no rush in drawing cards. We can do an Ixia into draw cards later. So no need to Cult Master yet. They both die to Reaper. They both die to Execute. They don't both get free killed by a Frost Elemental though. It's not the end of the world.
How much is this worth?
That's the main thing this turn. What is the 1/1 gonna do? So now we play around Evolve Lucky. Wasn't specifically targeting that. I was more thinking, what if he plays his own safe and I can't actually access it? Because right now I can't get to the 5/1 if he plays a safe. We also made his ghoul not grow so big. Oh my god. Actually, no. It would have grown anyway. Not quite as useful as we thought we were. Alright, so next turn is Onyxia, and the turn after that is likely Cult Master. I think you have to take the awkward trade here, so we'll start with that. Dagger saves your panda. Well, so do the taunts. So it's just thinking about whether this makes more sense or not. It's probably too greedy, the dagger.
It's time for a little blood.
Its positioning's pretty bad for Collider. Might have to put Onyxia there. Could be that we have a good enough board we don't even Onyxia, but... Greedy in what sense? Greedy in that I'm not developing a potential source of 5 damage to get an extra whelp. But you're right, I should specify, right? I dislike it when people just say, oh, greedy this, greedy that, so shouldn't do it myself. So this is essentially what I mean. Now, if you trade Panda and trade, you have a 5/2 instead of a 1/1 next to your whelps, right? And I don't think that's better. And I think now we can do that. We can do the play. And we have 4 additional power on the board. So that's essentially what happened here. If we go with the dagger move, he doesn't have this, but we don't have this. So that seems like it's not worth it right now. Now, if you are really, really deprived of value, deprived is maybe not the right word, but you know what I'm trying to say, right? You're low on value, you need every card, you'd probably use the dagger. Because you wouldn't want to... You wouldn't want to go that slow. Sorry, you wouldn't want to go that fast. You'd want to preserve a little bit more value. But now, the Amani is looking pretty good on this board because our opponent has a 4/7. We now do not have to commit our Onyxia into the 4/7. And we could go with the Cult Master, draw a bunch of cards. We could still fan, but I think we're just gonna taunt. Don't have a mech right now.
Who you want me killed?
Alright. Yeah, I too, you know, usually don't really want to use that word. I was really thinking about not developing the 12 power here, and then I was like, it's 12 power. You can kill him. I was like, well, Sunwalker's more mana efficient, and it's a little sturdier, but it's 12 power. Should probably develop 12 power. Oh, take it, baby. Taking it. Never skip the day. Oh, this Cult Master. Choo choo. Give me all the cards. Give me all the cards. Give me all the cards.
Valera versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine.
Watch your back.
No coin this time. The deck went from 1-2 to 5-2. Yeah, that's pretty common though, right? Usually if a deck is 1 and 2, it's not necessarily the deck. It's just like, oh, we just had some bad games. Exclamation mark, what did I miss? Well, I'm glad you asked. We got a 12-0 rogue, and then a 2-3 under. But 12-0 rogue. You could dagger here, the dagger and the horse rider, but I think that's mainly on coin. I think on the play I like to get the money out.
Don't worry, love. The cavalry's here.
Hey, Chernobyl Survivor. Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much for the 12 months. That's a full year. Great. Welcome back, man. Appreciate it.
Who you want me killed?
Did the deck lack regular minions to play, Ilana? For me, that's the #1 reason promising Paladin decks don't do well. They have all the shinies, Seal of Champions, Muster, Coghammer, but they lack the regular things like the Crusaders and the Yetis.
What you want?
Let's see. I could actually just trade here, save a 2-1 as well. Ooh. It's starting to get a bit juicier if I keep a 2-1 as well, though. Might actually skip on the face.
So many.
Calm down, I'm a doctor.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip on the face here. I'm gonna only deal 2 instead of 5. Spudnows, thank you for the 11 months. Welcome back. Also, closing in on the 1 year. Thank you so much. If you guys are all enjoying these last few days of the meta.
Truth is my shadow.
He seemed very, very happy about me daggering and putting my 6/6 into the 4/6. So let's throw him off a little bit here.
What a tragedy. Better write this down.
High tide. We are the sword. Shadow.
I could actually hit him in the face. It's likely the Valdir survives. Probably just missed 1 phase damage doing this. Also, save free dagger is a pretty likely play anyway, so. An AoE effect? No. No, chat. Why not hit face? If you're talking about the weapon, it's basically the last 20 seconds of my dialogue. Rush or damage? No. Ooh. Not cool, bro. Ooh. Never mind. Oh, we had lethal anyway, did we not? Yeah, because of Hellfire. Was it ever trade the Sunwalker on the Scribe because you have the AoE read?
Valera versus Jaina.
You asked for it. Watch your back.
Yeah, this doesn't look too hot. I don't think it's 1 win worthy, but I wouldn't put this past 5. Your early game is really not that strong, but you also don't really have good... So your deck doesn't make sense in that you don't have good early game, but you have 3 Murloc Knights. Like, Murloc Knights is a card you add on top of a deck with good early game. If you have a worse early game, you need strong 4s. You need tons of, like, Yeti Shredder. You have 1 Yeti, you have 1 Shredder, you have 1 Fortune, that's fine. But the Murloc Knights kind of don't make sense. I like the Missile Launcher. You have 1 Piggy, 1... Yeah, it doesn't make enough sense right now. Oh. I got the Murlocs early in the draft, I got kind of greedy. I mean, it's fine if you have 3 Murloc Knights. I don't have anything against 3 Murloc Knights, but you need to tailor your deck around it then.
How much is this worth to you?
Murloc Knight is not a 4-drop. I'm not sure who you're telling right now.
Wanna blow something up? I'll take that.
If they make Arena Wild again. No, you can use exclamation mark sets to see which sets are in Crack of Dawn Jr.
Here we go.
I'll take that.
Might be Cult Master on 5 after this. Let's see. It's more likely a 6-drop. Yeah, but who are you telling, Challenger? I'm not sure. That's where I'm confused. Are you talking to me? Are you talking to Alana?
What to do? What to do?
Talking to the universe?
Funnel cakes! Get your funnel cakes here!
Ooh. I guess we Cult Master now then. Because it also deals with Dalaran Crusader very nicely.
Here we go.
Will there be one more round after this? It's currently 5, so preferably I like to just go 12 and take another hour doing so. Talking to Alana? Alright, Challenger. Cheers. It just helps, right? If you say who you're speaking to. I kind of like the spread here. I love Ogre Ninja into Portal. It's such a screw you, mage. Portal this, motherfucker. I think it's almost a waste to play it now. This also puts mechs on the board for Magnetic. I guess we have a very fair and easy kill on the 6-4, so we can't use Conjurer's Calling on it. Putting a 4-7 in the way is also not the worst idea. If we do this, we have enough board space, so that's fine. I guess I should make this trade in case it's like a taunt, right? Oh man. Neutered. Absolutely neutered.
Calm down! I'm a doctor!
Claudio, thank you for gifting the sub to Ilana. Thank you so much, Claudio, and welcome, Ilana.
Worlds without end.
This man is not having a good time right now. It's just unfortunate, man. It's just unfortunate.
We shall end this disturbance!
Here we go.
Who you want me?
No, Pepe hands. I pre-hit for calling, by the way. And Faceless Rager, as we all know. Very, very common card. I mean, I guess the only real play is Ninja Miscreant. It's a pretty weak turn for now, but it's gonna make future turns a lot better. I'm looking at something with the oil, but I can't really see it right now. Def the oil just for oil, and then Miscreant, and then get the evolve, like each rate evolve. That could work, but we have other evolve targets.
So many.
But it's not entirely out of the question, right? Oil here, clear, play this, get evolve, get a 7-drop, clear his board. But we'll go with this one, it's fine. We will trade because of Shovel Fist. We're not gonna dagger because of Onyxia. I can have a look at the deck in a bit, Lurker Ace.
Get behind me.
This is why I usually don't look at decks, by the way, because then it's like, oh, look at my deck, look at my deck. But I don't mind today, right now. But just know that it's entirely up to me, and I can just say no whenever, right? The streamer can say no, okay? Consensual deck reviews.
This one. No, that one.
No, that one. Okay, Ninja.
Choose soon.
I guess we can play it slow. That would be a funny lethal now, because of this. That Murloc changed everything. I'm like, oh, we can do the thing. That was quick thinking. Nice. I was like, man, if only I had 2 damage for that guy. Oh, 2 damage. How useful.
Never skip dig day.
There's the diggy. Never skip dig day. Dig, dig, dig. Dig, diggity, dig, dig, diggity, diggity, dig. We have lethal, but I like to do just the most amount of damage.
Run. I will hold them off.
Spawn of Shadows, baby. Oh, do we not have it now? Yeah, we still have it.
Here we go.
Yeah, we always have it.
Valir versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
That was some brutal damage coming out of the 4-drop. I'm not sure if I can hold this, so let's throw it. Yeah. I'd say your turn 4 is probably why you didn't go 12, Lurker Ace. Other than that, the deck looks nice. Honestly, like, minus Shovel Fist, minus 1 or 2 Krakens. Add 2 Yetis, 3 Yetis, and you win, I think. But now you just had, you know, good early game with Muster Cog, and then some good mid game carrying.
Time runs out on me.
How much is this worth to you?
Hoping for some great rants. Yeah. Have you seen any of the new cards? I've seen some. Some were hard to get around. I haven't completely avoided Twitter during the reveals.
Didn't sign up for this.
I did not sign up for this. What did you expect was going to happen, Sneak? You enlist in a deck of minions. They're going to coin you on turn 2 sometimes. Just how it goes.
Don't worry, Russ. The cavalry's
No worries, Lurker Ace. Thank you for the 100 bits. The mech? And a heal? I'm calling sniping, man. Why else would you remove... If you don't know I have a dagger here, why else would you heal this up? Alright. Looks like we are going to backstab for the panda. Which means we're probably just going to poison this turn. This seems a bit too awkward.
So many. Here we go.
Playing around the hero power. That sounds suspicious, don't you think? Whoa! Okay.
Do you need a blessing?
Here we go.
Saving the shield on the horse is probably worth the dagger, because next turn it's looking like menace plus dagger to gear up for the oil. So if you want to re-dagger next turn, it's probably fine. Alright, so I got news. We're daggering. I'm thinking just playing Proud Defender is okay. Maybe pre-hit. No, we have an oil. Phase damage is good. Do I stab him? Currently have 9, 11. If he kills the 2,
Choose soon.
yeah, stab might actually be right. Stab puts him to 13. No, you're always gonna be one off then, right? If he kills a 2/6. If he kills a 2/6, you're one off. Yeah, okay. Doesn't make sense. Chance for oil too high? Well, sometimes you're okay with a 1-charge oil if you just kill him. So, if the 1 damage matters, you should probably do it. But if he removes 2 power off the board, it won't matter. So then you'd rather not do it. How much off? 2 off, right? Because you didn't stab. But you'd be 1 off if you stabbed. So it doesn't make sense.
Shadow strike. We shall end this disturbance. My time.
Choose soon.
Trade plays around top decks. Yeah, but which top decks? I'm trying to figure out where it matters. I think a lot of the time you just miss phase. So we would have just missed 2 phase damage if we traded, right? Blizzard? It's still not enough to kill the taunt, so... It doesn't really matter again, right? Because 2 and 4 is not 7.
Here we go.
He's gonna be able to portal one of them anyway, so I think we do go in.
Shadow strike.
Crappy turn here. Yeah, but we got oil plus chemist, so he needs to nuke everything here. That's true. But then you deal 2 and you have another... Well, the thing is, like, first of all, I'm agreeing to the premise that it's worth playing around a Conjure's Calling into specifically Ecopod. So that's probably not really correct. I think most of the time it's just better if you identify what the beats are. This is the deck that was 1 and 2. Yeah, let's... okay, so you're more likely to win against 2 loss opponents than 0 or 1 loss opponents, though, right? So it's really not too crazy. If I draft a deck and I don't hate it, and we're 1 and 2, it's quite likely we're gonna recover. Could also just keep getting, you know, either play poorly, bad hands, insane decks. We lost to some pretty crazy stuff, like Flame Strike Conjures. That's pretty powerful when you're 1 and 1.
One day, I'll be a
Happy
real man.
Midsummer Fire Festival. Happy Midsummer.
It's better to go Dagger into Poison 2-drop than to give him Ping Trade. Now he might have to Ping Phase. We'll see. You have a maximum number of such such shitty cards when you draft. Yes, actually. I don't like any shitty cards. What would my max number of situational cards be? I would say the better your curve is, the more situational cards you can get. But I don't really like them unless they contribute to the deck. So I'd say an oil contributes a lot more when you're lower curve. Because what does oil do? It helps you close out a game. Does this deck need help closing out games? Look at how much beef there is. No, the beefy boys are how we close out games. So what does the deck struggle with? Getting behind on board early. Does oil do anything for that? No, absolutely not. So a lot more of it is ask yourself, okay, what does the card do? What do I need? And does it do what I need? And it does not do what you need. I think I'm killing the 1/2, I'm not sure.
How much is this worth to you?
He can ping trades, coin a 2-drop. Do we care? We don't care, right?
Choose soon.
We don't
Here
care.
we go.
Educational arena without educated columns. Pepe hands, man. Too soon. Too soon.
I wonder.
Me too. He's gonna give us coins. Sweet.
I'll take that.
Run away!
Where has Collins been lately? Collins is dominating TFT. The last time I dropped by, he was, I think, rank 4 Grandmaster on an A. That's pretty good. Like, that's not just good, right? It's total domination.
So
You
many
can't
options.
both rush the panda and combo it with the rush guy. So we can't do that next turn. So it's quite possible that the best way to do it is coin panda this turn. Maybe Silverhand is just fine, and next turn we start doing shenanigans.
I wonder.
It's probably Silverhand. Silverhand dies to Flame Strike. It's good to get it out before. It's nice to have the panda to play into Portal turns and Flame Strike turns. Turn 7, turn 8, 9.
Choose soon.
Squire, attend me.
Here we go.
Ready, sir.
I think it's pretty easy, Vlaka. I think other people have a different way of enjoying watching games than you.
I wonder.
Because people are different, man. Not everyone's the same.
You want to cast a spell? I want to cast
I bet there's more than enough people that say, oh, I don't get how you can watch Hearthstone. It's so boring. Right? We don't agree, right? But I think a lot of people that enjoy watching shooters might have that opinion. It's a bit too slow paced for them. We could use the rockets, but I kind of want to use the small bodies before we get blizzarded or AoE'd from something else. Safeguards could be played now, but I kind of want to get the lackeys rolling. Then we'd have to play Omega Defender. Maybe that's just fine. It's that or just Safeguard here. We're playing pretty slow if that's the case. But it's not like this is much faster. It's really just Panda.
Choose soon.
I think I'm actually okay with the safe. It's so slow, but I'm okay with it.
Say the magic word.
I think we have what we need to go a little longer versus mage here. If he had 7 mana, it'd be a very different conversation here. Hey, extraterrestrial. Why not coin Panda? Mainly because I like to Panda into Portal and Flamestrike turns. 7 health minion, quite annoying to deal with for him. If I play the Panda now, he might go Flame Lance on the Panda, and the next turn Flamestrike is awkward. But if we save the Panda for Flamestrike turn, he can't both deal with the Panda and with the rest of our board. So, we talked about this turn 7 thing. Let's go ahead and put our boys out. I think we can still Miscreant next turn. I'm fine with the Amani.
It's time for a little
We are the sword in the shadows.
if you insist.
Double face, trade safe, trade 4/4. If he portals the safe, is he gonna get there? We push 8 now. Our opponent's at 17. Portal the safe. We have 12 plus 3, 15, 6. I'm like 1 off. No, it's too slow if we trade. Smack him in the head. Thank you, Scorpion. So now we have the Panda making the Flamestrike a lot more annoying. Flamestrike trades. He has no board. We have a 6/3. We can just keep developing. Smack him again.
Truth is my shield.
Alright, this feels like coin Miscreant. See what lackeys we get, figure it out. Unless he's dead on board. I don't think he's dead on board. I think he's incredibly close to being dead on board. You can dagger the bubble, shoot your Amani trade, and then you'll have 14. It's pretty close, right?
Who you want me killed?
Here we go.
Do it. Bringing it back.
Valera versus Jaina.
You asked for it. Watch.
We're going first, so we're not looking for Miscreant. We're not looking for Panda. I think it's fine. Yeah, guys, I got engaged, by the way, for I put it on Twitter. I figured I may as well, right? I'm usually not someone who is too, public and be like, oh, hype it up, right? So I put it there for, people want to see. Who asked? I asked her, but technically she asked me for 4 years. Very pokingly. So we're getting married? We getting married? So about that marriage thing. So officially I asked, but for the past couple of years she's been asking.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here. Giddy up!
Does she watch this stream? She used to watch, but now that we live together, I mean, honestly, sometimes she watched. I was in LA, she watched a lot then, because then she was missing me, right? Sometimes when she's at home and I'm having a long stream, she'll turn it on in the living room. But she used to watch a lot more when we didn't live together yet. Unlucky. Thank you, Raldi. Thank you. 2 health things? Yeah. I keep not really liking him. Oh! Oh! So how good are we at this game, guys? Are we gonna just fan and find something? Why does he make this play? Right? It's so weird. The pre-hit seems so obvious. You have the Warden in hand as well. But what's your play otherwise? Omega Defender? Amani off the top. Ah, excellent. I think this is still better. He still needs to invest the thing. It's just so weird. How does the bird not pre-hit there? He's just making my Proud Defender a lot better than his Proud Defender. She won't stop asking, might as well propose. Well, I wasn't ready the past 2 years. Got some, you know, some changes. Both mindsets, right? Just getting a little bit older, wiser, hopefully. It wouldn't have been good. But now I feel prepared. So this is pretty, you know, clear cut. We're gonna play a 6, but which one is better? I'm gonna stab the pig. I think with 2 backstabs in the deck, I think I might hold this on demand.
Here we go.
Will you stream the wedding? Smiley face. Of course, smiley face. Why else do you get married? Smiley face. I'm guessing the Raider does just fine here.
So many options.
I enjoy
Here
reading.
we go.
That one gets fireballed. That's true, but this is more awkward later. Turn 9, he can portal ping this. Turn 9, he can't portal ping this.
A little breeze goes a long way.
I need to get the lackeys out soonish. I think I actually need the lackeys more. Screw the redagger for now.
Run! I will hold them off.
I need flexibility here. These guys have been super consistent. Instinctively, it just smells like Abyss, right?
Here we go.
High tide.
If he had 9 mana, this turn would be very different with Portal Ping, but he can't do that yet. Is the Rally add-on same thing as Quest Mode? Not entirely. So in Quest Mode, you played just games that were advertised for. Rally itself is just a game. It's a card game where there's a boss, and you use your cards to deal damage to the boss. And you have a limited number of attacks, which recharge over time, and your cards get more powerful the more you play. And through Rally, you can then also earn subscriptions, and you can earn free bit donations. Why not the shield? I think I want to deprive him of power right now. But the shield is a fair question. All right, so I have 8 plus 2 is 10, plus another 2 from the Abyss is 12, plus another 6 from the Oil is 18. So we're getting close. The 3/8 is pretty awkward with Conjur's Calling, but I don't think I can invest resources into killing it. See if we find a nice handy removal. I guess we just contract, right? He can Shovel Fist here then, though. What if I sap? Oh. He can Shovel Fist, that's fine. We don't longer need to invest the 1/1. He might even be dead if he fists here. 14. We got 3, 9, 11. So you'd need to win a flip. A 66%er for lethal. Okay. Did you have any conditions? No. I don't... Well, I mean, other than, you know, you get a sensible prenup, right? I guess that's the only real condition. I'm marrying much more for her sake than for my sake. It's not like I mind it at all, but it's gonna be her day, right? She gets to pick what we're gonna be doing, how we're gonna get there, blah 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 blah. Right? Aren't you one off if you win the flip? She'll be like, how dare you?
Vanilla versus Jaina.
You asked for it. Watch your back.
The mage train. I don't think I want a proud defender. I'm on coin. I want that juicy miscreants. I want those juicy pandas. Alright. 1 out of 2. Not bad. So let's not be lazy. How does this play out? I'm not going to coin dagger, right? But assuming I want to coin the panda, it's going to be regular dagger into pony manor. And then turn 5 is going to be like poison defender. Okay. It's actually not too bad. Maybe we change our minds by the time we're there and we save the panda for flame strike. You're so fun to watch today. Cheers, Funkino. Glad you're enjoying it. Hey, remember when I said I kind of want this game to last? You just run to last another couple, like another couple wins, so we can do about an hour. We're almost there. We're almost there. Man, this curve is smooth. I like it. Smooth curve. Do you believe in Toxfin, chat? Do you believe in our Lord and Savior Toxfin?
Here we go.
It's mainly as well because 3-drop plus redagger next turn feels better than Gem just a 4. He might play Dalaran Crusader, then the dagger's okay. Might also have a Flame Lance. Feel pretty bad. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. So the thing I told you guys to be careful about happened.
What a tragedy.
He used this lance, and now we're in a bit of an awkward spot. Oh, wow. I guess so. Losing the board right before Finals Portal, though. It's a bunch of cards. Stegatron face or Cult Master cash in. Flame Strike's really whatever. I think it's actually go face and next turn deal with the 1/1s. Portal's pretty bad. Flame Strike's pretty bad. Arcane Explosion 5-drop is insanely good. Alright. Success. Two, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why don't you play TFT? Smiley face. Because I'm playing Hearthstone. Smiley face. I have the Onyxia. But this thing is shit against us, right? Right on time, Fanny boy. Right on time. Alright.
Here we go.
The cavalry. Idiot!
And PoE? Yeah. PoE is my game on the side. Ooh, Conjures? He's too happy. It has to be Conjures, right? Why else are you like, well, this ogre is always going into that 2 health minion? Could also be a classic I have for the gnomes. Pass the turn.
Drag no stupid.
No? Wow. So no Conjures in hand. Guaranteed. Guaranteed no Conjures in hand. That's a good start. So... next turn I have Ward and Fan for a Consecration if I wanted. I guess right now I could just stick a Parrot Defender and play Evil Miscreant. Get one of the lackeys going. I feel like holding the Fan's gonna pay out more than trying to use it now. It also buffs the Trog.
Run! I will hold them up.
I'm gonna have the option of dealing 2 to everything next turn. So killing the 1/4 right now seems like a bit of a waste. I think I'm just gonna pull a spell. Shadow Step, pull the Miscreant back to have it guaranteed.
Choose soon.
2 more lackeys. It's also at 1 mana. I'm pulling it off the board, but the lackeys can probably do more for me. I'm buffing that. Is that a real big deal? It might be. That might have been a mistake. Maybe because the Trog gets buffed and because it's just stats on the board, you should hold it. He's still too happy to trade with that ogre. He top decked it? No, what the hell? Okay, I guess he's like, well, I have a taunt in the way. Clearly he doesn't have like a Fan of Knives here.
The future is
He didn't use Fan of Knives on my...
I just want some peace and quiet.
well played.
He just told her to shut up. Behold that. Shut up, bitch. Shut up, Luna. Nobody want to hear you talk. Alright, so Consecration. Boop. 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 Yeah, it's pretty good.
We shall end this disturbance.
I'm gonna let the Librarian live, right? He's my boy. My boy right there.
Here we
My man. Loyalty gets rewarded. Left the Luna alive. Oh shit, he's got Pyro, doesn't he? Okay. That is concerning. I can't kill him, can I? I don't think I get there. So maybe Miscreant can find me something? What could Miscreant find me? Let's find out. Maybe it's removal that he's got. I feel like this has to hit the board. I think I actually kill this, right? Ooh. King the 1/1. I like it. I like it a lot. King the 1/1, baby. Ooh, okay. Probably just the Nixia.
You dare challenge the daughter of Deathwing?
You dare challenge the daughter of Deathwing? Lucky Bunny, or it's a win trader that has to go through extremes. He's like, damn it, can't you be a little bit further ahead on the board? We're all just skipping past the obvious conclusion here. I think trade 1 and the lackey in here always happens, right? And this always happens as well. Do I threaten lethal with the Sunwalker? I should threaten lethal with the Sunwalker, so...
Truth is my shield.
Too soon. Well played.
He's like BMing the Pyro. That would be godlike. Missed lethal. I don't think so.
The fate of the world hangs in the balance.
Oh, missed lethal? Shit. Alright. What'd I do, chat? What'd I do? Spell it out for me.
You win this.
Look, you got lethal. Can't argue with that logic.
You asked for it.
Mage City. Evil Miscreant and Shadowpan Rider are requested to join the opening hand. Calmly move yourself towards the top of the deck. Thank you very much. Did you face any other classes? Not since a couple wins ago. This is the 6th mage in a row. Forfeit, I'm digging a hole, diggy hole, digging a hole. 13 on boards. So that's a Nixia and 5 whelps. So that's 1 spot on the board. And you want to play 2 lackeys. Correct, right? Or not? Just checking. Ah, Shadowpan. How nice of you to join us. I think it's okay to use 1. Oh! We can't use double backstab, chat. How are we gonna combo the panda then? Think! Think for one moment, chat. That's why you can't double backstab. Hey Shady, new here. What are the top 3 classes in Arena right now? Rogue is sort of the undisputed #1. I like Druid and Mage, but I think Mage is below Shaman on the stats right now. It was actually a little bit awkward. I was thinking about pre-hitting with my face, but then he would just go face and it would take so much damage, so it's like whatever, honestly, that wouldn't have made much difference. Dig in a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole. Mage is below Walking Fountain. I like Mage more than Walking Fountain class, but that's just me. was thinking about pre-hitting it, but then he pings and it feels so stupid. Just don't want to feel stupid here, chat. I would have been so smart.
Shadow strike.
Here we go.
The pre-hit would have been good. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna slow down a bit. I might actually lose because of that. Because I also don't need the dagger with the Valdir coming up, so. I should have pre-hit the taunt. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing, chat? What am I doing?
Depart, foul creature.
Foul creature. Let's try to figure this one out. Portal and Flame Strike are the cards in our minds. I don't think there's like an amazing trade I can make. Okay, we can make it really awkward for him. So it's basically just Flame Strike for the clear after that.
Choose soon.
Shadow strike.
Here we go.
So now trade Flame Strike, but Flame Strike always sucks. Now the portal is a little weird. You have to let the Valdir go unchecked if you want to remove most power with portal. And if you want to kill the Valdir with portal, it's really awkward. Diggy needs refresh. Usually play one Lupa Diggy. A little bit of a compromise to uphold the tradition and to not drive people that don't really like it nuts. That would be... He doesn't have Conjure, unless it's this card, right? You might not dagger up here. Yeah, no Flame Strike, no Calling, but this could be Calling. Yeah, you don't get to not play Miscreant here, I'm afraid.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
You need it for the Panda next turn, it's too useful.
Here we go. Choose soon.
Who you want me killed? High tide.
I don't really want to hit with that, but Magnetic hurts so much, so... And I don't want to leave both of them up and just kill the shields, then you might as well... No, that makes no sense, right? That makes no sense. That makes zero sense. You would never do that. So I think you're always taking the damage on the Raider if you don't want to leave him with a good Magnetic base. Flame Strike can only be this card. Flame Strike was really good last turn, so... The only card that could be Flame Strike is this. We're making reads based off previous situations. That's bullshit. Yeah, thank you, Shapira. I already don't have to ask. Feels good, man. The 4/4 into the 3/4 and evolve it. That's likely going to be pretty good. We can start there.
Here we go.
I think I'm going to risk the Doomsayer here. I want the pressure knowing it doesn't have AoE.
We are the sword in the shadows.
You insist.
Why risk it? Because we know he doesn't have AoE, but for all we know, he's just gonna Shovel Fist one of the 6/7s, and then you didn't play 3 extra power. And you're gonna be like, oh, why did I play around the fucking Doomsayer? It's so unlikely compared to the likelihood of him just Shovel Fisting here.
I wonder.
You could Faces and then Witchy. Yeah, but I'm a little tired, so I know that that move always happens, so I don't mind doing it first. Just get it out of the way, so I can continue thinking. But what if it does happen? Chat's gonna laugh. Make a good point there. He's doing it, chat. He spent that entire turn praying. So this and this always happens. And then do you kill it? And magnetic? I think we still threaten lethal.
If you insist.
Flame strike's never enough here, right?
Here we go.
Old Shady would never pop a Sky Golem. Old Shady might not have had 7 minions on the board.
We shall end this disturbance. Say the magic word.
Suddenly, taunts. What's the worst that could come out of Golem? Chat can probably tell you that. I think we are clearing his board. Probably should keep the 6/6 a little healthier.
Shadow strike.
Is it lethal? No, he had 17 health worth of taunt on that board. And we had to overkill for 1 at least, so that's... No, we have to overkill for at least 3, I think. Yeah. So 20, effectively 20 health worth of taunt. My bad. Shouldn't have drafted mid-range. That wasn't too unlikely, right? There were 5 cards in the deck that would do that. 5 out of 16. Hey, 1 and 2 into 12 and 2. Feels good. So we drafted 2 rogues today, and we went 12 twice today. There were a lot of doubters, right? A lot of naysayers. Ah, Shady, this is too heavy. Where's your early game? You'll never get there. But this kind of rogue is the mage killer. So if you're gonna face 7 mages in a row, you better draft a mage killer, I guess.